It's the camera swap.
Oh, yeah, camera swap. We're live now.
There's a spider on the camera.
Clap it up. It's the Isupk, man, the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Oh, you talk? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Started at 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command General Yohana. You understand? We are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. You understand? Or organization. You understand? If it is not coming from the Isupk, man, under Command General Yohana, man, it is not of the goddamn truth.
That's right.
You understand? And when we say, understand, when we say the Isupk is a home of the truth, we're not saying that other people out here don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying other people out here, you know what I'm saying, may or may not understand the scriptures. That's not what we're saying at all. But when it comes to embodying the spirit, you understand, and the lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, of our forefathers in this Bible, man, you understand, the Isupk is the only organization that follows it to a T.
Right.
You understand? The Isupk is the only organization that actually lives, you understand, these scriptures, man, day in and day out. You understand? Contrary to what people believe, we don't pick and choose what we want to follow out in this Bible.
Right.
You understand? Of course, some things are easier than others, and you know, the main thing that everybody like to say what is, as far as men having multiple women, they're like, oh, I just want to hear that and just run with it.
Right.
You understand? That ain't like the easiest thing for brothers, man.
Right.
You understand? Because you know, brothers want to do what brothers want to hit it and quit it.
That's right.
Brothers ain't trying to hold no woman down. You understand? Brothers is not trying to be responsible men. You understand? And have to be a father, a husband, a brother, a friend to a woman. You understand? Brothers trying to get what they want and get up out of there, man. You understand? But out here in the Isupk, man, we take, you know what I'm saying, full responsibility, you understand, for women that we deal with, man. And for women that we lay with, man. You understand? And with great power comes what? Comes great responsibility. You understand? That's why the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing, of course, but you know what I'm saying? Everything that you can do, it ain't expedient. You understand? Just because you can do something don't mean you should do it.
Right.
You understand? Here in the Isupk, brothers know that they should get counsel, man. Counsel when it comes to wanting to obtain a wife. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because this is forever, man.
That's right.
It's forever. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying, no high school love, no puppy love, childhood love, and you know, you made a mistake and you know, you're just gonna start over. No. You understand? This is forever, man. You understand? Sex is marriage according to the Bible.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, brother, when you got that, read that from the top.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
When?
Aforetime. Were written for our learning.
You understand? This is very important, man. You understand? And this is heavy because, you know what I'm saying, we're taught in this world to what? To disregard and neglect the things that's written in this Bible, man. You understand? We're taught that some things matter, some things don't, or you can do this with it, you can do that with it. You understand? When this Bible, to and fro, you know what I'm saying, Old Testament, Apocrypha, New Testament, you will hear what? You will hear that everything in this Bible is what? Is your wisdom.
That's right.
It's your understanding. You understand? It's your knowledge, and it only belongs to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
You understand? We wonder why we can't find value in this place. You understand? We wonder why the only value, you know what I'm saying, we see that we have is what? Is being a goddamn whore. You understand? Only value we think we have is being a drug dealer. Only value we think we have is being a gangbanger. You understand? Only value we think we have is just, you know what I'm saying, doing all these wicked, abominable things, man, that we learn, these characteristics and these traits and these habits that we've learned and adopted from these other nations from following them. You understand why? Because the reputation of this Bible has been tarnished by the goddamn Christian church.
That's right.
That's right.
You understand? We don't know that this Bible actually belongs to us. And everything that's in this Bible applies to our lives as it did back then, man. You understand? Read that one more time from the top.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience.
That we through what?
Patience.
You understand? This Bible gives you patience, man. You understand? You learn how to be patient when you read these scriptures. Why? Give me a reason why, Yanazar. How can you learn patience from the Bible?
Well, you get an understanding, and you know that you have to be patient in order to deal justly with people.
Damn right.
With brotherhood.
What'd you say?
Brotherhood.
That's the word I was looking for right there, man. You understand? That patience, man, falls up under what? Having brotherhood, man. Learning how to have compassion, how to have empathy for your brothers, man,
Right.
for your sisters. You understand? Like, we have to be patient with each other, man. You understand? Like, we talking about learning the truth according to the Bible. Our entire lives, we've been learning a bunch of garbage. You understand? A bunch of nonsense.
That's right.
You understand? And that makes us what? That makes us hate our people, man.
That's right.
And not love our people. You understand? Not when I deal with our people from every spectrum, every angle. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to relationship, when it comes to brotherhood, when it comes to sisterhood, every single angle, man. When it comes to business, you understand? This Bible, man, understanding these scriptures, learning these scriptures, you understand? Taking what's in this Bible, you know what I'm saying? Applying it to your life, it gives you patience, man. You understand? Because you learn what? You learn that Christ said, you know what I'm saying? Forgive your brother and your sister, you understand what I'm saying? 77 times 7, man. Meaning forever.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Forgive them for every goddamn thing, man.
That's right.
You understand why? Because mistakes are going to be made, man. Only thing that's perfect is his law. You know what I'm saying? You follow this law to a T, Most High in Christ. You understand? But you're going to make mistakes, man. You understand? You might slip up and say something you might not necessarily mean.
Right.
Or you might do something that you know what I'm saying, you ain't really mean to do. Or it was just a goddamn mistake, man. You understand? See, the Christian church will teach you to hate your brother or your sister for those type of mistakes, man.
That's right.
You understand? They'll teach you not to forgive that brother, you understand, or that sister when they did you wrong. You understand? Which makes them such, they such goddamn hypocrites, man. Because they tell you not to forgive your brother or your sister when they forgive the goddamn slave master for everything that he's done to us.
That's right.
You understand? How diabolical and upside down is that?
That's right.
You understand? You can't forgive that brother, you know what I'm saying, for not paying you back goddamn $10, but you'll forgive the slave master for killing over 99 million of your ancestors, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll forgive the slave master for lynching and hanging, you know what I'm saying, and burning your people, your women, your children, your grandmas, your aunts, and your uncles alive, man. You understand? You'll forgive that slave master, you understand, for castrating the goddamn brothers, man. Raping the brothers in front of the women. You understand? Raping the women in front of their brothers. Taking their children away and selling them off, man. You'll forgive them for all those things, but you can't forgive your brother. You understand what I'm saying? For owing you $5, man. For owing you $10, man. You understand? The Christian church is a wicked and disgusting foul.
That's right.
You understand? Only in the ISUPK do you learn real brotherhood and real sisterhood and learn how to have patience, man. You understand? Read on.
That we through patience and comfort.
And what?
And comfort.
You understand? You get comfort from these scriptures too, man. You understand? You ever get off work and you lay in your bed, you comfortable, you snug, right? You understand? When it comes to learning this Bible, man, mentally in your mind, man, you find comfort, man. We find comfort in these scriptures and in where else? In one another. Like we said, with that patience, with that brotherhood and that sisterhood, man. You understand? Once we get on one accord and we understand the hellhole we living in, man, we can find comfort in that. Why? Because I know I got you right here with me going through this hellhole. Accord. Yeah, read on.
Patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
It said of the what?
Of the scriptures.
Of the scriptures, man. You understand what the S on the end of that? You know what I mean? Like, the Christian church doesn't stress the importance of this Bible, man. You understand? This entire Bible is the blueprint to the lives, you know what I'm saying, of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. You understand? This Bible is more important than we can even fathom. You know what I mean? And we only grazing the surface of it, man. You know what I mean? We ain't even really got all the way in it. You understand? We still trying to get into the spirit, man. That's why the scriptures say what? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to practice, you know what I'm saying, righteous acts, man. You know what I mean? Because we're not back in Jerusalem. We're not back in, you know what I'm saying, our homeland. You know what I mean? We over here, all the way over here. You know what I mean? In Babylon again. You understand? Practicing these righteous acts, man. Trying to get back that spirit of brotherhood, that spirit of sisterhood. You understand? But in order to do that, you have to what? You have to actually read the goddamn Bible, man.
That's right.
You got to actually read what's in it. You understand? You can't neglect what's in the goddamn book and claim that you understand the book. It makes no sense, man, because you don't do that nowhere else. I don't see nobody going to school to be a nurse and not have read one goddamn book. You understand? Or not be taught by someone, you know what I'm saying? Or not have to study, or not have to take notes, or not have to take tests. You understand? That is done nowhere, man. You know what I'm saying? A person say they a doctor, or they say they this, and say they that. You understand? You're going to want to see some what? You're going to want to see some credentials, man.
That's right.
You're going to want to see some paperwork to back that up. You understand? When ISUPK, man, we back up what the hell we talk.
That's right.
You understand? We back up what we teach in these scriptures, man. Your Christian pastor cannot back up nothing he says. Nothing he says. For one, he don't even teach you the goddamn Bible. For two, he don't break down no goddamn scriptures to you. All he talk about is the amount of money. Oh, what's on Christ? I'm gonna get some cups in a second. You know what I'm saying? All he talk about is the amount of money he make. You understand? All he talk about is how bigger he want that church to be.
Right.
You understand? How much more money you need to give him. You understand? This disgusting sidebar right quick. If I may, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass it over to the brother you are, right? You know what I'm saying? This disgusting Umar Johnson, man. You understand? This disgusting foul piece of garbage, man. You understand? The way he is talking to brothers and sisters, you understand, trying to force them to, this is goddamn extortion, man. This goddamn extortion. He want to say, I'm giving you my wisdom. Where's the donations? Where's this? Where's that? You understand? So he can build some foul in the wicked and disgusting school. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Believing that we goddamn Africans when we are not.
Right.
Talking about going back to the motherland and all this nonsense, man. You understand? When if he would actually read these scriptures, he would know that the Bible says what? That the Lord put a difference between us and those so-called Egyptians.
That's right.
Those so-called Africans, man. You understand? All these other denominations and these other groups and philosophies you see, man, they are, you know what I'm saying, are a result of Christianity being proliferated throughout the goddamn earth, man. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? Because Christianity allows you to do what the hell you want to do instead of what you need to do, man. Instead of what you have to do. You understand what I'm saying? Was it on that, brother?
I sit on that.
All right, most on Christ. With that, pass the class over priest and officer, top one.
Most on Christ.
Yeah, no. Slovakia. Shalom. How about Shemal Shah Barakatah? How Shemal? How Shemal about Shemal Shah? Where was we at?
Romans 15 and 4.
Read from the top, please. Because the brother Slovakia give over some my hand. Always coming with the fire, man, set up perfectly for what I want to get into. Read it from the top, please.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't see how that's possible. You read it from what book is that?
The book of Romans in the New Testament.
The book of Romans in the New Testament, but the same pastor that told me to read the New Testament, what? The same pastor that told me to read the New Testament, he told me that what was written back in the day was useless now.
Right.
Read it from the top.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
That's old. We can't use that. We can't do like that no more.
Aforetime.
Read on.
Were written for our learning.
Written for our learning. So it wasn't just written there just to be there. It was written so that way we can learn from it. So that way we can utilize it in our everyday lives. You understand? This Bible is a very real book. This book is alive. I know it may sound unfamiliar to you, because in your Christian church, everything that you were taught about the Bible made absolutely no sense. And you just followed it because your mama said, you know what I'm saying, put on your Sunday best. We're going to church today. I don't know why everyone's yelling. I don't know why people are running around. I don't know why people are dancing. I don't know why people are singing, but here I am. But if you actually understood the scriptures, right? In other words, if you were in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana, then you would see the practicality of never eating any goddamn pork.
That's right.
You would see the practicality of not being a goddamn homosexual. You would see the practicality of not being a lesbian. You would see the practicality of following the laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And living your life accordingly. And how do we know how to do these things? Read it from the top.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, through patience and comfort of the scripture,
Right?
might have hope.
We might have coronavirus is, I mean, did anybody else see this coming? Salaki. That there was going to be a pandemic that was going to cause global just mayhem. Would you have believed it? If you heard it from school, then of course you would have, but in general, would you have believed it? I don't know. I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't either.
You know what I'm saying? Salaki.
Testing, Most High Christ. Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it.
You understand?
And it's very real. People are actually dying. Many of us know at least one person who has coronavirus. It's that widespread. You understand? I saw a statistic saying that like a person dies of coronavirus in New York right now every 17 minutes or something. It was something to that effect. I could be off of my numbers a little bit. But the death rate is steadily increasing. I think now in America, how many people have tested positive for the virus? Something like 179,000. But it's definitely, it's past 100,000.
Yeah.
That's a fact. It's past 100,000. Right? And the amount of people who have died from it is somewhere around 2,000. Something like that.
2,900.
2,900. Almost 3,000. This thing came out of nowhere. You understand? This is what we're going through. And so now, guess what? If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you know what you need? You need some comfort. You need to be able to know that you're protected. How do you get protected? What do you have to do to be protected from the plagues? And if you got a precept for it, I would absolutely lose my mind. Yeah.
I got a precept.
Go ahead. Here.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 26.
Okay. I don't think that's it, but
Well,
yeah.
it's related to the coronavirus.
So go ahead. I'm here anyway. But I don't think Deuteronomy 15 has a 26 verse.
No, it's Exodus. It's Exodus
All right.
15 and 26.
All right.
Salakia.
12. Let me go ahead and share it too.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 26. And if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his and give which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments.
His what?
His commandments,
Right.
and keep all his statutes. I will put none of these diseases upon which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee.
That is definitely a precept. Most High in Christ. That's not the one. The one I was talking about. Shalom, not the one I was talking about, but that is definitely a precept. You understand? Oh, let me just share this to the Facebook page real quick. Salakia. Yeah, Isupk. Here we go. Okay. Boom. Share. Copy link. Salakia. I want the one that says, "Be not partakers." That's the one I
Come
want.
out of her.
Yep,
That's Revelation.
that's the one I want.
And I heard another saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her
And you
sins.
be what?
Not partakers of her sins.
You be not partakers of her sins. Give me an example. Right.
Drugs.
Because in America, homosexuality is
Legal.
it's not just legal, it's pushed.
It's culture.
It's almost like if you're not a homosexual in America, you're looked at as like a bad person.
That's right.
You understand? And if you are a homosexual, you're black.
Ye be not partakers, and that you receive not of her plagues.
Right, because guess what? Because diseases and pestilence plague America. HIV and AIDS plague America. So you know what you shouldn't do? Be a homosexual. You understand? Heart disease, diabetes, gout, whatever you want to think of, it plagues America. So you know what you shouldn't do? You should. That's number one. Don't do that. But other than that, you understand? You want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So that way, just like when the Most High sent that death angel through Egypt, right? And he had Moses command the people to do what? What did Moses tell the people to do?
Hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
But he specifically told them to do a certain Passover.
Oh, put the blood on them.
Yeah, he told them to put the blood on the post over the door, and the death angel would see that blood, right? And he would pass over their house. He would go right past it. But because the Egyptians didn't get that order, didn't get that commandment, what happened to them as a result? The sun and the Colosseum and all the wonderful. I don't think they want to go to Italy right now. That place is a death trap. So many people die like flies. That's in the scriptures too. But at the end of the day, if you don't want that to happen to you, like the brother said, please.
Nobody's seen the Pope in weeks.
Nobody's seen the Pope in weeks. He's in a bunker somewhere with a mask on. You know what I'm saying? You know the Pope usually got a bunch of people around him. He ain't trying to get that Roman. You know what I'm saying? So he's chilling somewhere hiding out. But what I'm saying is, like, if you don't want to be, read the scripture from the top.
I heard the book of Revelation chapter 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
Right.
come out of her, my people.
Do what?
Come out of her, my people.
What does it mean to come out of her, my people? What does that mean? Yeah.
It means not to participate in the customs
Right.
of that particular nation and not to follow what they do.
Most High in Christ. That's exactly what it means. Come out of her. We talked about it before. It doesn't mean physically leaving, right? It's saying that goddamn birthday that you want to celebrate so much, don't do it. That Christmas with the nice lights and the wonderful songs and the Donny Hathaway, don't celebrate it. You understand? That Thanksgiving with the dry ass turkey, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Don't celebrate that garbage. The Mother's Day, when your mother gives you a call, like, you know, I was in labor for 18 hours and I can't even get a call from my. Don't celebrate the garbage. Say, Mom, I don't celebrate it. Sorry, it's what it is. You understand? You come out of her, people. Come out of homosexuality and lesbianism. Come out of eating abominable things. Come out of that lifestyle. Come out of being a goddamn Salakia, a coon, man. And just thinking America is the bee's knees of everything that's going on in the world, man. Black people kill me, man. I mean, you'll say, so you say way of life, facts. But that's definitely true. I mean, I don't think Russia's equipped to be anybody's leader either. But our scriptures say, when the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice, right? But when the unrighteous are ruled, people mourn. The world is mourning. The trees are mourning. The air is mourning. The birds.
All human life is mourning. The heathen nations, you understand, to some degree are mourning. Now, a lot of them are in bed with America, and they eat off of his table, you understand? But the whole earth, you know what I'm saying? Give me earth's given in the hands of the wicked. Give me that real quick. The whole earth suffers from America's, you know what I'm saying, disgusting way of being. You understand? Let me know you got that.
I forgot where.
Nah, definitely not.
Job. Right. Yes.
Yeah, brother.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 21.
24.
24. The earth.
The what?
The earth.
The what?
The earth.
No, just American content.
Into the hands of the wicked.
The earth is given hands of the wicked. So what goddamn airplane can I get on to escape his wrath?
Right.
What airplane can I get on to escape, you understand, his way of life? You know that they celebrate Christmas in goddamn huts in the Philippines, right? Am I making this up?
No.
They celebrate Thanksgiving in igloos in Alaska. The meal might be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? They're eating goddamn whale blubber and you know what I'm saying? Seal, what you got, Doc? Yeah, they're eating penguin. Instead of a turkey, it'd be a penguin right up there on the table, right? But they have Thanksgiving in the igloo in Alaska. Tell me, where can I go to escape homosexuality? Maybe I should fly to India. Oh no, I can't go there because the red light district is full of trannies. You understand? Maybe I should fly to the Philippines. Oh, can't go there either. Transsexuals running around, homosexuals running around. Where can I go? Let me ask you a question. Where can I go to escape white supremacy? Maybe I'll go to Japan, right? I mean, it's mostly Japanese people. Oh, I forgot. They uphold white supremacy.
That's right.
That's why Japan is entirely wearing suits and ties, you know what I'm saying, and not, you know, the old samurai clickety-clack flip-flops anymore. White supremacy is everywhere. You understand? His way of life, the devil is everywhere.
That's right.
You understand? So in order for you to escape the devil, you can't escape him with your feet. You can't escape him with your body. You can't get on a plane or in a car. There's no bus that takes you outside of the zone of white supremacy.
Right.
Or outside of the zone of pushing sin and his culture. He's been pushing his culture since the Greeks. That is over 2,000 years ago.
Right.
And it's been proliferated throughout the earth. You cannot escape him that way. You know how you escape him? By coming into Isupk,
That's right.
putting your goddamn behind one of these seats and learning how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. That's how you escape it. Read it from the top.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. That's why I gotta argue with somebody every goddamn Saturday about what Christ looked like, even though there's 1,000 scriptures telling you what he looked like.
Right.
You understand? There's like 5 descriptions of him in the Bible, and I gotta argue with another black person about whether or not he was not a black man. Why? Because the devil and white supremacy, they did what?
Cover the faces of the judges thereof.
Charlton Heston.
Covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Jim Caviezel, Passion of the Christ.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
He covered their faces. Read on.
If not, where and who is he?
If it ain't him, then goddamn tell me who it is.
Right. I love that, man.
I'm telling you, man. Because somebody want to say, oh, some fake Israelite group. You know, I mean, I like the UPK. I appreciate what y'all brothers doing, man. But y'all been teaching that, you know what I'm saying, that the oppressor, the Caucasian, is the Edomites. And I don't think that's true, man. I think Edom is the Arabs. The Arabs? You understand that right now, there are parts in Saudi Arabia that if they catch you being homosexual, you will get your actual head chopped off. Not that that's too wild. You know what I'm saying? That is barbaric. You understand? Are the Arabs pushing homosexuality on black men in Atlanta, in New York, in Philadelphia, in California, in Chicago, in North Carolina? Is that them doing that? I don't know. I don't think it was. Did the Arabs write the Willie Lynch letter and teach black women how to hate black men? I don't think so. That's why the scripture says what? If not, read it.
Who is he? If not, where and who is he?
The Isupk, the commanding general, is fully aware of who the devil is. He's right in front of your face. He's your boss, your slave. His name is Johnny. His name is Billy. You understand? Tim. That. My brother brought up a wild point about brotherhood. You understand? Because it's so essential in these days, man, in these last days, to have brotherhood amongst each other, which is something that has been stripped from us completely. You understand? We don't know what it's like. We don't know what it looks like. We don't even know how to even, be a like, ooh, like, I don't know. Somebody give us, like, New Yorkers have a reputation for being like rude, right? And I remember like I would come when I first moved down south in 2013. I would come down here and dudes would like kind of say hi to me. They would like give me like a little nod, like what's going on? Like, and I'd be like, what's up? Like, well, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why. I'm used to going in the store and dudes just looking at me like just going like this. I'm not used to people just saying hi to me, so I was like, what's up? Then I got used to it. And now I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? It's good, bro. I would go back to New York and see a brother on the street, and I'm giving them a nod, and they looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with this man? We don't even know what brotherhood looks like. I mean, damn, if a brother forgive us for something, it's like, wait, huh? What? You mean you don't want to fight me? You're like, are you serious? You understand? It's been completely taken away from us, and that's why it's so crucial for us to get into these classes, man. To get into these classes in the Isupk and the Commanding General Yohana, the only man who is qualified and ordained to lead blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The reason why we have to do it is because if we don't, you know what? We'll continue to treat each other the way we've always treated each other. Coronavirus might be having families come together a little bit, but I just saw a video of a bunch of sisters fighting in the projects 2 days ago. You understand? Coronavirus is not completely making us not hate each other.
That's right.
It's not doing that, right? It might make you gotta be in the house and play Scrabble, you know what I mean? Play Monopoly with your family, but it's not making white supremacy evaporate from your mind. You understand? And one of the things that Salakia, that I know that we're taught, man, is we gotta mend the relationship between black men and black women. Man. That relationship has got to be fixed. You go on the internet and all you will see is just, oh my God, black men do this, and black women do this, and man, if black men would do this, then we wouldn't do this, and if black women wouldn't do this, then we would do this, all day long, back and forth. It was literally like we already know the sources, man. We went over the Willie Lynch letter a couple weeks ago. Black men hate black women, and black women hate black men. That's just the reality of it. And why do we hate each other? Somebody read my mind. Why do black men hate black women? Go ahead.
Because they've been taught Christianity.
Come on, but I want you to say it a certain way. You're right. But why do black men hate black women? And when I say hate, I'm not saying that no black man appreciates black women. But we know according to the Bible, love is not what your goddamn Christian pastor taught you. What's that definition, Mahayana, that they call it? I gotta say it like this. An intense feeling of deep affection.
That's right. I gotta remember that.
The Bible does not teach that love is an intense feeling of deep affection. It doesn't teach that. The Bible says what? What does the Bible say love is? Go ahead.
To obey the commandments.
The Bible says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. Go ahead, Doc.
And that translates into a lot of work.
It translates into what?
Work.
A lot of work. Give that brother a hand. Love in the Bible is work. It is work for you to keep running your mouth and me to not hit. That's work, but it's work that I'm going to do. It is work, you understand, for me to tell you, get this done, do these dishes, such, and you say, not a work, God. And you get it done no matter how tired you are. That is work. It is work to be in UPK. We know what work is. It's work to get to class every goddamn day. It's work when you want to get it on with your rib and you say, you know what? Nope, sundown is at this time. If I lay with you right now, I'll be unclean, so we're going to have to hold that off. It's work. Love is work. I love the ISUPK. I love it. That's why I'm in this damn building every day.
That's right.
Imagine me sitting at home on the couch, drinking a coronavirus, and saying to myself on the phone, you know, I love the UPK. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Light on the class. Well, I mean, it's tough right now. Traffic. No, that's not love. That's not what love is. Love is, I love you. I don't have to say it. Love is a thing where I don't have to even say the phrase, I love the ISUPK. If somebody was to ask, hey, does Gustavo love the UPK? If I truly do, they should be able to be like, oh, hell yeah. He loves the ISUPK. Without me ever saying the words, I love it. They should just know from my actions. You understand? So we know what love is. So when I say that black men hate black women, I'm not talking about intense feeling. You know, I'm saying when black men talk a certain way about black women and vice versa, right? And when black women put black men on child support, when black men want to hit it and quit it with black women, when black men want to abandon their children, when they do want to do that, when black women abuse their children, when black women abuse black men, you understand? It's a two-way street. That's right. Why does that happen? I'm going to ask it again. Why do black men hate black women, and why do black women hate black men? And when I say black, I mean blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, of course. Why?
It is in reality. They don't have the commitment.
No, I'm gonna give it to you because you was more on it before. It's very simple. I just want you to word it just like this. Because the oppressor hates black men. Because the oppressor hates black women. You understand? If again, I'm just using you as an example, right? If let's just say I aspire to be like you, I admire you. Everything you do to me is how it should be done. How you walk, how you talk, how you interact with people. Everything about you is what I want to be. And I see you talking down on somebody. How am I going to perceive that person?
You want to perceive the same way the person you admire.
Because I think that you are the pillar of knowledge and understanding. So if you hate them, then hating them must be the right thing to do. I must be, you understand, it must be my duty to hate them as well. So if you're the oppressor, and every single day you teach me that I should try to be more like you, I should try to look like you, I should try to talk like you, I should try to walk like you, I should try to just everything in life. I should try to get the kind of job that you have, I should try to drive the kind of car that you drive, I should teach my kids to be like you. Then you know what? I'm going to love what you love, and I'm going to hate what you hate. You seem to love money a lot. So what am I going to do? I'm going to love money. And I'm going to brag about how I have 18 jobs to make all the money. That's what I'm going to do. You understand? So, with that being said, I sent you an article, brother. We got to get away from Our oppressors told us to hate each other. Most High in Christ, that's a fact. Come. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So in mending these relationships between black men and black women, like we said before, the brother brought up the scripture, right? We all track. The fact of the matter is that you cannot love black men if you follow white customs. You cannot love black women if you follow white customs. You can't do it. You cannot love Hispanic Native Indian men, Hispanic Native Indian women if you follow after the customs of the people who hate them. The sister said our oppressors systematically trying to hit our black men by emasculating him in front of us while providing for the black woman through child support and welfare under the condition we kept them. Most High in Christ, give her a hand. Sister, simply does that is absolutely the truth. Keep them out, right? Kept them out. That's a fact. You understand? And in that process, right? And in that process, I do a lot of studying on a lot of different things, right? So here's one to remember: neural pathways, right? Something in your brain. It basically means it's the ways in which your brain processes new information and stores it, right? So what happens is psychologically, when you do something over and over again, your brain develops new neural pathways. And that is how you consistently do the same thing over and over and over again. It's like you're training yourself. A woman has been trained to look down on a black man for over 200 years. Do you understand that? Think about that. Think about what that is. Now it starts to make sense why your mother could not stand your father. Whenever you say his name, she's like, oh, is that what we're talking about? You understand? Many of us know what that's like, or vice versa. We know what it's like when your father, like, oh, your mother, da, da, da. You understand? Some of us are that father or that mother, or have been in our lives. You understand? The fact of the matter is, we are the children of the children of the children of black men who learned early, don't trust black women. And black women who learn early, black men cannot help you. If you want to survive, then you better suck up to massa. You understand? Well, that's at an end now. That's over with. The oppressor is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks.
That's right.
And then the Isupk and Commanding General Yohana, we're not holding back on that. We're going to teach the truth. If you're a black man, Hispanic man, and Indian man, you better only love black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women. I wish I would be even within 6 feet of a dog. I'm practicing social distancing even when this coronavirus thing is over, if it ever is.
That's right.
I've been practicing social distancing from the oppressor for the past 3.5 years when I walked into an Isupk class in January of 2017. You understand? I'm not unfamiliar with social distancing, and neither are my brothers. You understand? So now we're about to read an article that talks about the customs of marriage in this place. I want to dispel this garbage so much because no matter what happens, I look on social media and I see what? Black women talking about, listen, if you don't spend this much on a ring, then I don't think that I can do it. Or I saw one little woman, the sister said that it was like a picture of a brother like crying at a wedding. You know how, brothers, this is real feminine to me, so like, yeah. But you know what I'm talking about. Where a brother, like, it'll be like, he'll be standing there with the, what do they call him, the
Best man.
the best man and other people, other dudes that be up there with him. And he'll be standing there watching the bride walk in with the dad. And I seen some videos where the brother is like crying. Because I guess she's so beautiful. I guess it's like you never saw her before. I don't know. She's so beautiful in that $1,000 dress. And he's just standing there crying his eyes out. Right? And I saw the video, and in the comments underneath, sisters were like, if my man ain't crying like that, I'm just going to walk out. I'm just going to turn back around. You understand? This is oh goodness, this is something I need to hear. I'm not understanding multiple wives according to the scripture. Okay, no sweat, but we can get it. Multiple wives is not a commandment. That's the long and short of it is very simple. Right, he cried because he know he cheated the night before. The men are definitely weak, right? The men who are sitting up there crying are weak, but again, they're taught by who? Who teaches these men that that's what they should do? That that's how they should act, how they should carry themselves? Who teaches them that? Please.
The oppressor.
True, but now I want you to tell me who's directly teaching them that.
Christian church.
The Christian church teaches black men to be weak and effeminate and cry all the goddamn time. That's what the Christian church teaches them, so that's how they act. You understand? Right, the devil, the oppressor, does teach them, but he's up higher, right? Directly, black men go into Christian churches and get taught to be women. If I can make it real clear for you, a lot of black men go into Christian church at the tender age of 5 and 6 and 7 for the first time, and what happens to them? Please.
They get molested.
They get molested by Christian pastors. Do I have to tell you about all the trips that Bishop Eddie Long was taking teenage boys on to Fiji? Who ever heard of Fiji? He invited me and such, and we're gonna be there for about a month. You understand? Getting molested. That's what was happening in the Christian church. It still happens in the Christian church. So now this young boy grows up, right, to be a man, but for years he was being treated like a woman. He was being treated like some man's, you know what I'm saying, sexual plaything. You understand? And now he doesn't know how to be a man. The Christian church is not the place to be a man. The Christian church is the place of lies and deception, and where you learn how to be a homosexual. The Christian church is the place, like the sister said, where you learn how to hate black people. Where you learn how to hate Hispanics and Native Americans. That's what you do. You understand? Now, as far as the multiple wives thing goes, the long and short of it is this. There's no law that you have to have multiple wives. Right? That is true. Let me ask you a question. Is there a law that you have to have any wives? No. Is there a law that you have to have any amount of wives? No. Find it. Find it. Find the law that says, that gives you the numerical figure of wives that a man can have. Right? Because I can give you the scripture that tells you a woman can only have one husband. That is a law. A woman cannot have more than one husband. If a woman is sleeping with a man, because according to the Bible, sex is marriage. If a woman has a husband and she sleeps with another man, according to the law, what is she? Please.
An adulteress.
She's an adulteress. Right? She cannot sleep with another man if she has a husband. However, a man who has a wife and goes and sleeps with another woman, what does he now have? Please. He now has 2 wives. Okay? That's how that works. That's the law. All right? If you got any more questions on that, you can go ahead and just type it in. We'll get to it. We're going to talk about that in today's class anyway. But go ahead and start reading that article, brother, because I want to get to this and dispel this garbage. So right now, you're talking about the history, man. This, man, real quick. That kneeling garbage, the sister brought out that men are weak, right? That when you sit up there crying, that these men are weak. In the Christian church, they teach you to be weak. Well, it don't get no much weaker than kneeling in front of a goddamn woman and begging her to be with you. I wish I would. That is effeminate, Ak.
That's right.
You understand? And that ring is not Israelite culture. It's not our custom. You want to buy a rib a ring just to get her a ring because you like rings? Buy her a ring. Buy her 2, buy her 3, 10. I don't care. But if you get on your knees, brother, on your knees, please take my hand to be my, like, that is crazy, right? And it's not our custom. Go ahead and read that, brother.
Why do guys kneel to propose? the history of the modern Western proposal.
Modern what?
Western.
No, it's a book or something, and you hear a reference, Western culture, Western society, Western world. What does that mean? Go ahead, Doc.
White
That is exactly what it means. Give him a hand. It definitely means him, right? But give me the more, anthropological answer. Go ahead.
Roman Greco.
Greco-Roman. Give him a hand again, because that brother has been studying. That's what it is. It is the world that sprang forth out of the Greco-Roman world. And you can see it. It's very clear in front of you, right? They may hide it, but no, you look at your dollar bill, right? Yeah, there's a pyramid on it. That is true. But the Greeks and the Romans also bit off of the Egyptians. They worship the same gods, right?
Right.
But America's national bird is what? Is the eagle. And Rome's national bird was what? And Greece's national bird was what? The eagle. And Greece was a what? A democratic republic. Democracy came out of ancient Greece. And America is a democratic republic. It's a democracy, so they say. You understand? You go to Washington, D.C., you know what I'm saying? Some of my people, we've been up to D.C. I took a few trips over there, right? I've been to D.C. a few times. Some of my brothers up in D.C., Captain Mashak and them brothers, doing diligent work up there. But you go to D.C. and you see them statues, you might forget that you are not in ancient Greece. This world, this culture, this white supremacy, all springs forth from, like the brother said, from the Greco-Roman Empire. That's what the Western world means. Read on.
If you stop to think about modern marriage proposals in the Western world for more than 2 seconds, you can come to the conclusion that they're pretty bizarre, huh? Why do guys kneel to propose? Why the ring? And why don't women propose too?
And what?
Why don't women propose too?
That's interesting, right? We advocated, Shalaka, are we advocating for anybody to get on their goddamn knees? No, we're not saying that. I've seen videos and pictures of women getting on their knees, right? Getting on their knees, proposing to men. That is tomfoolery too. It's crazy. You understand? But the question is, why don't women usually do that? Read on.
What is going on? It turns out that much of the history of marriage proposals or intentions for betrothal involves old traditions.
Old traditions, read on.
Modern ideas, influences from throughout European
From
history.
what?
European history.
No, influences from the Bible.
European history.
Influences from European history, read on.
And a judicious use of guesswork.
This is European history, man. That's what it is. That's why everything that fake pastor that's up there talking, that you think your whole life, damn, how old were you when you found out that, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today, what's not in the Bible? Because I didn't know. I thought he was reading directly out of the Bible. That's what I thought. And no one ever bothered to tell me, no, fam, that's not biblical. You understand? This is European traditions. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Leave it alone. White supremacy is damn near like a drug. You understand? That's why Christianity is a drug. And Christianity runs on white supremacy. That's what it is. Right. You understand? It infects your mind and how you think. And you start to appreciate things that you don't even understand. You don't even understand where it came from. To you, it's the greatest thing in the world. When I was a kid, I just thought Christmas, I just wanted, whoever seen The Fairly Odd Parents, that show? You ever seen that cartoon? The Fairly Odd Parents? There was an episode of The Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy wished that every day was Christmas. And he got his wish. And I saw that episode and I was like, yo, I wish I had some Fairly Odd Parents so I can get Christmas every day. That's what I thought when I was a kid. We just think it's all, you know what I mean, the greatest thing in the world. We don't even know where it comes from. No one told me about Nimrod and Ceramyces. No one told me about that. Well, now we learned about marriage. How many little girls have watched, you know what I'm saying? How many little girls have watched some fake reality TV or some TV show or some soap opera or some, what's the shows? What's the one? Not ER. Grey's Anatomy and all these big shows. And somebody get married and you know they play that slow music. It's the special hour and a half long episode to commemorate such and such as marriage. And they see that and they say, man, one day that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be up there and I'm gonna be looking beautiful and oh. Meanwhile, they didn't even know where it came from. Right? We know.
What we view as tradition might well have been cooked up by advertisers in the 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
And what might seem cool and modern might in fact date back centuries.
Wow.
And some marriage proposal traditions, frankly, seem to have emerged as the fashion at some point and stuck around indefinitely.
Drop down to where it says the kneeling. Drop down there. This is, man, let's talk about how weak this is. And I always, to me, it was always strange. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I figured this is what you do, but it was always kind of weird. But let's find out.
The idea of kneeling on one knee as essential to the standard proposal is not enshrined in history. It appears to be a largely modern invention, but it's not clear how it originated. The engagement we know most about in history are the ones between nobles and the wealthy, and those were often in the manner of business arrangements, with none of this kneeling before your beloved stuff. In fact, paintings of noble betrothals in history invariably depict both parties as standing or seated, not kneeling. No kneeling, Salakia, shows up at all.
So even the kneeling is not even that old. You look at old paintings and they either both sitting or they both standing up. You understand? Read on. Let's find out where it comes from.
One possible origin of the modern kneeling ideal is in the Middle Ages tradition of courtly love.
Oh, now this is really, I want y'all to pay attention to this, right? Why? Because it goes back to what I'm saying. Everything that is happening in our culture, in our society, the things that we don't think about. You don't think about why when somebody sneezes, you say, bless you, right? We know in Isupk never to say that garbage, right? Because we learned to, we had our brains washed. They say we brainwashed in a cult. I'm definitely in a cult. I'm a cult leader. And I've definitely been brainwashed. My brain has been washed with all the filth that was put there before. You understand? But little kids, their parents that teach them say, bless you. And that's what they do. Don't know where it comes from, why they do it. What the hell does the sneeze have to do with that? But that's what we're taught. You know what I'm saying? I've seen in some movies where they say, because I'm tight. What the hell does that even mean? But I've heard people say that when you sneeze, right? I've literally heard an actual human being say that. Go ahead.
That's German for bless you.
Right. So it sounds like German. It sounds like something a Nazi would say. Read on.
Courtly love in which a man of good birth.
A man of good birth? What does that mean? Go ahead.
He's wealthy. He has money. Or status.
Not quite. Read on. You'll see.
In which a man of good birth essentially devoted himself, complete with poems, odes, deeds of honor, and general vassalage.
Vassalage.
Vassalage to a noble woman.
To a what?
A noble woman.
I'm a queen.
A noble woman.
Read on.
He perceived as superior.
He perceived as superior. When it says of good birth, that doesn't mean he's noble. Right? Him being of good birth means he would be like upper middle class. Right? Imagine you come, I mean, we down south, right? You got certain neighborhoods in Durham in Raleigh, North Raleigh, right? We got an upper middle class neighborhoods, right? They got decent, like big houses, right? But they're not wealthy. But then you have, Meghan Markle, what's her name?
Meghan Merkel.
Yeah, she's the actual like royalty. But in America, you may have just a celebrity. Take your Serena Williamses and your celebrity, your Beyonce, your celebrity women, right? They're not upper middle class. They're not even upper class. They're upper class. So a good birth means he's a good birth, but he's not noble. He's not a prince. He's not a king. He's none of that. So he looks at this woman who is a noble woman. She's a princess. You understand? Or a queen, or she's, she's some kind of royalty. And he looks at her like she's better than him. So in order to get her, what's he doing? He's being, read my mind?
Humble.
Servant. Those are true, but read my mind. Read the part where it says, complete with, in the parentheses.
Complete with
poems,
odes, deeds of honor, and general, you say that word again?
Vassalage. Let's look it up real quick. Vassalage. Oh, isn't this wonderful? The water for presenting this. Vassalage, a position of subordination or submission. So he did things to show that he wasn't good enough for her. She was better than him. But he wrote poems and he wrote songs or odes. So in order to get her attention, what was he being? Read my mind for the class. I want to give it to you. We know what love is according to the Bible. Tell me what love isn't according to the Bible. One word.
What love isn't?
That everyone thinks it is, but it isn't. He was being what? What was this man of good birth being in order to attract this woman?
Emotion.
Yeah, but that's not the word. If you want it, every woman wants this. She wants her man to be this. Because she thinks that this means love, but it doesn't.
Subservient.
True. But that's not the one I want. We talked about Western society in the Greco-Roman world. I'm about to give it to y'all. Feminine, that's very close, but that's not it.
That's what I was going to say.
All right, let me give it to you. Read that part again. What was he doing? Writing poems?
And he was complete with poems, odes, deeds of honor, and general vassalage. Poems and odes and deeds of honor and vassalage, which means that he was saying, you're so great and you're the wonderful thing that I could never reach. She wants him to be romantic. She wants him to sing to her. Can I talk to you? She wants him to write poems about her. Can we talk? You understand? And those R&B singers, every song is about basically how I'm not good enough for you. Please give me a chance. Please. I'm begging you. Baby. And why is it called romance? Because it comes from ancient Rome. That's what we're reading about. We're reading about these things that they were doing to be. The whole idea of romance is not about love. It's about telling a woman that she's better than you. And you don't really deserve her. And that's why the man kneels. It's a show of general vassalage, subordination. I'm not worthy, but please take me.
Disgusting, man. Read on.
The entire principle of this popular attitude was that the man was a kind of a servant.
That the man was a what?
Kind of servant.
A what?
A servant to the woman.
That the man was a servant to the woman, you know?
Whom he idealized.
Who he idealized, because in your stinking mind, she's the greatest thing that ever walked the face of the earth. Meanwhile, she done been with every Negro in the projects. She done been with every brother in the neighborhood, but to you, she is angelic. And you gotta use words in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and summer nights. You gotta use all these adjectives to describe her as this beautiful thing. Because in your mind, she's better than you. You understand? And you're trying to read her and make her even notice you. You understand? Read on.
Whom he idealized beyond all reality.
Beyond what?
All reality.
Because the reality is she's a goddamn whore and a slut, and you want to make it seem like she's something great and beautiful. She's every horrible thing in the world. She's unrighteous. She eats pork chop sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you want to believe, because she got a big behind and big breasts and a nice face with 800 pounds of makeup, you believe that I must please. Wonderful sister. And you conscious community fools, you clowns are the worst. They be in the woman's DMs talking about Queen Mother of the Earth. I am not worthy, you understand, to walk in your footsteps. But if you please, you understand, if you could just indulge me in conversation for a second, all of that, and you want to super up, that's why they call these women queens, man. You think that's an accident? You think that's a mistake? Do you think if she's a queen, why don't you just let her choose? Shut up. If she's a queen, why don't you let her tell you what to do? Let her have multiple husbands and all this. You call them black women queens, but you got 5 of them. Good night. Disgusting. Read on.
And he performed his servitude by kneeling.
He did what?
He performed his servitude.
He performed his servitude, his subordination, his I'm not anything, beautiful master, mother of the earth, royal queen. You are better than me by what?
By kneeling.
By kneeling, read on.
Spiritually and figuratively.
Spiritually and figuratively. It was physical. He physically got down on one knee, but he spiritually was telling her she's better than him. He's lower than her. You understand? Hold that. Give me the scripture, man. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 8, man. This is garbage, man.
That's right.
You're getting my brothers mixed up, man.
Right.
I know a lot of my brothers. I know y'all been there. I know y'all been there and done that. We're not coming down on you. We're not ridiculing you. And Christian pastors who we ridiculing.
Right.
That oppressor that taught you to do that is who we making fun of. We saying, man, he's a devil the Bible speaks of, man. The devil, excuse me. You know what I mean? What the hell is that? Mahaya.
That's a North Carolina mosquito.
Hell, brother, what is this?
It's a mosquito. For real.
There is a damn dinosaur in the classroom.
But the big ones is less, they're not aggressive like the little ones.
Good night. No sweat. I'll leave them be for now. I'm telling you, man, down south. No worries. Read the scripture out, please. I'm not gonna look over it.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
For the man is not of the woman.
For the what?
The man is not of the
The
woman.
man is not of the woman. I don't give a damn about your social status. The man is not of the woman. Go ahead.
But the woman of the man.
But the what?
But the woman of the man.
But the woman is of the man. Read on.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
Oh, man. Your mind is blown. Read that again.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
No, we're equal.
Neither was the man created for the woman.
I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. You know, we gotta feed off each other. We gotta be in this together. You know, we can figure things out together. You know.
But the woman for the man.
But the man wasn't made for the woman. But what?
The woman for the man.
But the woman was made for the man. Get off your goddamn knees, Hawk.
That's right.
Get off your knees, man. Get off your knees. She's not better than you. She's not a pillar of righteous womanness, queenness. She can become a princess. In the Isupk the commander to your honor. We got some princesses up in here, man. Some wonderful women. And you know what these women do that makes them princesses? Because not that they're not pretty. They're definitely pretty, right? We got beautiful sisters in here. But that's not what makes them princesses in the eyes of the Most High. You know what they do? Work. They get it done. You need a garment? Done. Fringes? Done. Give me some more. What else? Oh, food? Done. Baking? Done. They get it done. Need your clothes cleaned a certain way? Done. That's what these sisters doing here, man. Read that from the top.
Verse 8. For the man is not of the woman.
The man is not of the woman. Get off your knees. What are you kneeling for? Read on.
But the woman of the man.
The woman is of the man. No one should be kneeling. I mean, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, right? No one should be kneeling. It's pagan garbage custom from the Middle Ages, right? But brother, especially you should not be kneeling because it represents servitude and subordination. And then you wonder why you spend the rest of your life saying what? Happy wife, happy life. Read on.
Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
All right. Jump up to verse 3.
Verse 3.
Talking about subordination. Oh, man, brother. Disgusting.
Right.
Read on.
The book of Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3.
But
I would have you know that the head of every man.
The head of what?
Every man.
So every man, every black, Hispanic, Native Indian man does have a head. Read on.
Is Christ.
Is Christ. Christ is our king. We're not supposed to do anything outside of his orders. Anything outside of what he taught us. You understand? Read on.
And the head of the woman.
And the head of the woman.
And the head of the woman.
Well, before we even find out who that is, the Bible says a woman does have a head. So guess what? If you were a sister, shut the hell up. Shut your goddamn mouth and listen. You answer to somebody. If you don't have it, if you have a husband, you're going to find out who you answer to. If you don't have a husband, then get up in the Isupk, the Commander General Yahana, get yourself a Hebrew name, learn who you are, come to class, shut up, listen, right? And then you'll take orders from the men of righteous leadership. You'll take orders from the rightful leaders of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. They'll tell you what you need, how you should carry yourself, conduct yourself. They'll tell you when help is needed here, how you can help this brother, how you can be an asset and not a goddamn burden to the community, man. How you can be helpful and be a pillar of rest for brothers, man. How you can help teach other sisters how to be. How you can raise up children the right way. You understand? Now read that part from the top. Read the whole scripture from the top.
But I would have you know that the head of every man
Right.
is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ, you know.
And the head of the woman is man.
And the head of who?
And the head of the woman
Is who?
is man.
The head of the woman is the man. If you got a husband, that is your head. You know what you have to do? You can read my mind. If you are a woman who has a husband, what should that sister be doing in conjunction with him? How should she conduct? So what should she be doing? Anybody? Please.
She should listen to a man.
You saying it nice. I'll take it. But she should be doing whatever the hell he tells her to do. Whatever he tells you to do that is not unlawful, get it done. Get it done. You understand? If he tells you to go ahead and smoke crack, then you have an obligation, a duty to not do that. You understand? But if he's telling you to get any other task done, completed, or whatever, just get it done. It's that simple, man. You would want the same obedience out of your children. That's what you would want. Right? And that's how the order. Matter of fact, finish the scripture. There's more than that.
And the head and the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is the Most High. Right? The Most High. That's why Christ said what? He said, I come not of my own, but of what? Christ said out of his own mouth, I don't do anything that I want to do.
Right.
Nothing. There's nothing that I'm doing. That's what I want to do. That's why when the Edomite woman, who he called a dog, right? What did he say? He said, I'm not sent but unto the Lord sheep of the house of Israel. I'm sent for one thing. I'm not sent for nobody else. I'm here. I'm on a mission. I'm gonna get it done. You understand? So now, jump back to the article. Now that we know, according to the Bible, that the man is over the woman and the man should not be kneeling, right? Give me some more.
Whether they ever actually got together is a matter of historical debate. Probably not in a lot of cases. Many of the women in question were married. Were married.
Oh, now I see. So now the history of kneeling makes even more sense.
Right.
Most of the women, because guess why? Because these, and it's a lot. It's just so crazy to think about how true this is. How many married women get, how do I say it, beguiled by some young fool who comes up talking all that, them sweet nothings, and makes them feel young again.
Right.
Or makes them feel, because their husband is at work 23 hours a day, you know what I'm saying, 8 days a week. He at work all the time providing. And what she's saying, I'm just alone all the time, and you don't look at me the way you used to look at me, you know. Then here comes some young cat, you know what I'm saying, that just excited just to be near the opposite sex, losing his damn mind, writing all this stuff, you know what I'm saying. Now he texting your wife, talking about she's beautiful. My husband hasn't called me that in 15 years. And now her drawers is around her ankles because some young kid said some words, made her feel beautiful. Notice how a lot of times with a woman, you know, what she perceives as love and affection has everything to do with her. It's not about the person, it's about somehow how they make her feel about herself. It's hubris, you understand, and narcissism. Like the more you make them feel like they're better, then the more chances you have of, you know what I'm saying, again, basically beguiling them out of their clothes. You understand? But that's why this article is saying that, because that's what was happening. These were married women, right? Because they were noble women. So especially in these times, a noble woman wouldn't be married to some peasant or some dude that's outside of her class, some working guy. She would be married to another nobleman. You understand? So she would be the princess of whatever, the queen of whatever, princess, right? Or the daughter of the king. And he would arrange for her to marry some prince in some other European province, right? And that's how you have, if you look at the history, you'll see the archbishop duke of this place and this place, or this place and this place, because they were intermarrying, right? And joining hand in hand, right? That's how that happened. But a lot of times they were married, and yet there would be some peasant boy writing them poems about how beautiful they are. You understand? Read on.
Kneeling represented feudal surrender and admiration. Historians have actually had arguments about whether certain medieval images show men kneeling to their courtly loves or to their male masters.
Why? Because kneeling was a sign of subordination, right? So most of the time, when it was a man who was, say, in the military, he might be a knight or something like that. Whenever he would come before the king, what would he do? He would put his and he would kneel to show what? To show his loyalty to the authority of the king.
That's right.
To the authority of whoever's in charge. That's what the kneeling was for. So when you kneel in front of a woman and beg her for her hand in marriage, you are telling her basically she's your king. She's in charge. You understand? That's what you do. You didn't know this history before. When Isupk became Commander Junior High, we do our research, man. And we're going to bring it out. Keep going in the article. Matter of fact, hold on, real quick. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15. While we're on the subject, because the sister did ask a question earlier. Sister, you asked a question earlier about the multiple wives thing, right? So let's get a scripture real quick to show that even more that this marriage custom, how you going to be subordinate to a woman and bow before a woman when a man can have more than one wife? You gonna have two women above you? What? How does that work? The Bible says a man can't have what? You can't serve two masters. Go ahead and read that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15.
Chapter 21, verse
21,
15.
Salakia, verse 15.
Now, let's see what the Bible says about what if a man goes and deals with another woman. Go ahead.
If a man
go ahead.
have two wives.
Have what?
Two wives.
If a man has two wives, why would the Bible, well, you know what, I guess it's going to tell us after that, like, if he has two wives, he's going to be, stoned.
One beloved and another hated.
So he likes one more than the other. He really likes one. The other one he don't really like that much. You know what I mean? When he got with her, she was a sweet, righteous thing. But then she just went berserk. You know what I'm saying? And now she's just a dragon. Read on.
And they have borne him children.
You got sons going. Go ahead.
Both the beloved and the hated.
Mm-hmm.
And if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, verse 16, then it shall be when he maketh his son to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn.
So what is this saying? Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's confirming that you can have more than one.
Right, because it says if a man have two wives, and this is a scenario, this is what he needs to do. It doesn't say if a man have two wives, he needs to get rid of them. It doesn't say if a man have two wives, he shall be put to death. The Bible does say what? If you lie with mankind as you lie with a woman, you shall be what? Put to death. A man can have more than one wife. All right, that's just how that works. It's just explaining to you the inheritance. If you have two wives, but the one you don't like as much gave birth to your firstborn son, you cannot use your feelings for her against your child. That's your firstborn. That's period, point blank, what it is. Read that from the top again. That's a wild scripture.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 15. If a man have two wives.
If a man have two wives, according to the Bible, you can have two wives. Get out of the Christian church and fake Israelite groups. They don't know the Bible. Only the Isupk, the Commander General Yahana, understands this Bible and teaches it accordingly. Okay? Drop that. Give me 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. Right? Let's get some more, man. The Bible doesn't support any of this filth. It doesn't support it. Any of this garbage about kneeling in front of a woman and subordination and she's this and that, and it's not in there. It's tomfoolery, man. Go ahead and read that, brother.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives.
Ye what?
Ye wives.
No, ye husbands.
Ye wives.
Ye wives, bro.
Be in subjection.
Be in what?
Subjection.
Wives need to be in what?
Subjection.
Bro.
To your own husband.
Wives need to be in subjection to their own husbands. In other words, what? Shut the hell up and do what that brother says. Obey your husband. If he's a righteous man in the Isupk, he's not going to give you unrighteous orders. He's not going to be an unrighteous leader. That's why I advise you, sisters, if you're single, right? Do not go mess with TJ.
That's right.
Don't mess with, you know what I'm saying, Jamal. Nothing against them brothers, but why don't you tell, if you want one of them brothers, you should tell them to come in here first.
That's right.
Tell them to come in here first, put on all black, become a trooper, right? And then, after he gets his Hebrew name, now he's somebody you might want to take a chance with and be with him.
It's so heavy that you say that, man, because, you know, us as a nation of people, we just so goddamn lustful.
Right.
You understand? So in the moment, you know, you meet TJ,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, man, I want to spend the rest of my life with TJ. So you end up giving TJ the box.
Right.
And then a week later, you like, this is not going to work out.
Right.
This Negro snores in his sleep.
Uh-huh.
So this, he does that. And it's like every time I deal with a situation or I think about it, it's like I understand more and more why the brothers above us and what's taught to us is take sex off the table.
Right.
You understand? Like this school, it really makes you said this is how you find out what you made of.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You find out, you know what I'm saying, the substance within you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What makes you you.
Right.
Why you still kicking it and you
Uh-huh.
can't somewhere.
That's
You
right.
understand? Like you bring the sisters bring these brothers in here and they mold into these righteous glorious.
That's right. Get a brother hand. That's what I'm saying is so goddamn heavy for this reason. And the Isupk and Commander Junior Honor, we have Commander Junior Honor established a what? A 1 year rule.
Right.
A 1 year rule. Why is it? Or you can say 6 month rule, right? But basically, what it means is that you have 6 months when you come in here where you are not to be communicated with between sexes. If you are a sister who comes in here, no brother in here can talk to you other than Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Adabah Shemal Shah for 6 months. That's it. That's it. There ain't no exchange of numbers. This is not the goddamn Christian church.
That's right.
Which is that's just a synonym for a whorehouse. That's what the Christian church is. A whorehouse. Women in the Christian church giving up so much box, it's crazy. You understand? That's not what this place is. In this place, you're going to actually shed yourself of the world. You're going to stop being the slut that you were out there. You're going to stop being the whoremonger that you were out there, and the drug dealer, and the rapist, and the just evil, diabolical thing that you were before, the child abuser. You understand? You're going to stop being those things first, right? But that's important. Why? Why? Because, read the scripture.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your husband, your own husband.
Because you never heard this before. You don't know what it's like to be in subjection. You think you do, but you don't. The brother just made a heavy point. You see that brother, you see that cat, and you just know he's everything for you. But he's not.
Right.
First off, because it's a lie. I'm going to give you sisters a little secret. He's lying.
Right.
He's not really like that.
Right.
He doesn't talk like that at all. When he's around his mother and his family and his friends, he doesn't say those same words that make you think he's goddamn Aristotle and Socrates and Shakespeare.
Right.
That's not how he talks. You understand? Oh, he smells so good. Why? Because you decided you wanted to go on a date with him, and he went out and bought the, you know what I'm saying, the cologne. He went out there and bought the freshest this and the nicest smelling this. So tonight he smells good.
Right.
But when he gets used to you after about 3 weeks, you're gonna smell them socks. You understand? You're gonna smell them socks, and that's gonna change your whole tune. You're gonna be like, well, damn. I mean, I didn't know. Well, if you was in here, and then you was following the rules that the school has set up to protect you,
That's right.
you would have the time after your 6 months to do what? To court a brother. Ask your questions. Get to know the brother. See the vibes. Do the vibes mesh? Because guess what? You and the brother may just not mesh. Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with him. You just may be better suited for another brother. There's another brother who washes his socks religiously. Religiously. Like every day. That ain't the Lord, but no sweat. Another brother is going to be more in line with what you perceive yourself as being with. But you gotta take the time, shut yourself up to work. You understand? And number one, you gotta stop being what you were in the world, which is what? A whore and a slut and a dragon and a vicious monster. You want to shed yourself of that, and then you want to learn how to fight against that, because that monster is not going away. That demon is going to be creeping up behind you for the rest of your life. And it's not something where you got rid of it and now you just, oh, good. No. You're going to have to fight him daily. Daily. Brothers in this school know about fighting demons daily. Every day. Those demons from when you were 4 years old are still trying to get you to sin against the Most High. You understand? When your slave is doing this, and your rib or ribs are doing this, and your children this, and the bells this, you think that there's not a demon telling these brothers, brother, such and such said he got a little weed left over. And you can always, who's gonna know? You just roll up. It's just one joint, one blunt. Just listen, bro. You take one pull. That's it. Just to clear your mind. You need it. No one's gonna get mad at you because really it's to help you. That's what the demons want to tell you. The demons want to tell you just to do a little. Just go watch just a little bit of pornography. Go smoke just a little bit of the weed. That whore, that woman that you know who's an actual whore, just text her hi. You don't gotta go over there, just say hello, see how she's doing. That's what the demon is going to tell you. You understand? But that's why we have rules in place and we have righteous leadership. Give Commander General Yohana a hand, man. Because that woman has taught us how to do what the scriptures say. The scripture says what? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, man. Commander General Yohana has raised up brothers like General Mahia and Captain Tazariah to counsel us, to show us how to do things we could have never done in the world.
That's right.
Don't tell me that goddamn miracles don't happen. Don't tell me that, I believe in a smoky book. No, I've seen a miracle in front of my face. I've seen it. I've seen a brother who was addicted to crack cocaine become a captain.
That's right.
I've seen a brother who was addicted to weed become an officer of 50 and 500 and 1,000. I've seen a brother who was addicted to whores and pornography become a goddamn pillar in the Isupk and never turn back. I've seen a miracle take place. You understand? And that's why we have to continue to uphold these traditions. But our traditions as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. Not their customs. Because their customs, you know what their customs turn you into? I just talked about a brother turning away from those things. But their customs turn you into a crackhead. Their world turned you into a coke addict.
That's right.
Their world turned you into a whore and a stripper and a lesbian and a homosexual. Their world made you that. You understand? But now we done dropped all that garbage, man. We done turned our back on all that foolery, man. All that foolishness. right? And we learned in the Isupk and Community Junior High how to love each other, how to love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, how to be real men and real women. All right? So we're going to continue to do that. You was holding the scripture, you was in the article.
I was holding the scripture.
Drop that scripture, give me Ephesians 5:22. Real quick, and we're going to jump back to the article. We don't got much time left, about 10 minutes.
The
I'm
book
saying we're going to close it out.
of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit
Wives,
yourselves.
what?
Submit yourselves.
Wives, submit yourselves. How many times the Bible got to tell you if you're a wife, you have to submit to your husband? You got to do it. Go ahead.
Unto your own husband, as unto the Lord.
As unto who?
The Lord.
As unto who?
The Lord.
Wives, submit your husbands as unto the Lord. Because you want my Jesus, my Jesus this. My mother, you know how many times my mother used to say that when I was a kid? Jesus is my husband. Good night. That's what a lot of y'all women say, man. Jesus is your husband. Well, no sweat. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Sex is marriage, according to the Bible. Since you've never had sex with Christ and never will, he's not your husband. And you saying Jesus is my husband is really just a way for you to say what? Please.
I don't have to listen to you.
I don't give that brother a hand. I don't gotta listen to no nigga this, you ain't what to. It's so that you don't have to listen to a man tell you what to do. Especially a black man. That's really what it comes down to. You see these sisters, they get a white man and all of a sudden they turn into a lamb. They be the most sensitive, just listening, you understand, like, oh, what happened to the sister that nobody could tell her what to do? She didn't need nothing from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now she getting guidance. You understand? Yeah.
The white man treats them better.
Yeah, how many times have you heard that? The sister said, I can't submit to a man. I don't know if that's a typo, sis. But if you say that you can't submit to a man, first off, that's a lie, because you absolutely can. That's number one. And number two, if you can't submit to a man, then that means you can't keep law, statutes, and commandments. And that means that you're going to be a sinner for the rest of your life. That's a sin, right? It is a sin for you not to submit to your man. What you got? Okay, no sweat. Read that from the top. Ephesians 5:22.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband.
So, the sister was answering my question. I thought you were saying you couldn't submit. No sweat. I understand what you're saying there. I understand what you're saying. Come on, I got you. See, read from the top.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband, as unto the Lord.
As unto the Lord, man. You got to listen to your husband as if you're listening to God Almighty. In your house, that man is God. In that house, that brother, his authority over that house is the same as the Most High's authority over everything.
That's right.
You understand? He controls and it's all him. That's how that works. Read on.
Verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. Just as Christ is the head of the church. So Jesus is your husband. Well, how about you let your husband be your husband and listen to him as if he was listening to Jesus? Because that's what the Bible tells you to do. You know? And he is the savior of the body. Right. Drop that. Give me 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. I'm going to read more of this article real fast. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 11. Hold on 1 second. Let me read more of this article real fast. Matter of fact, if you can't Bible check, get the article, just finish that next paragraph. The ring? No, there's one more paragraph right before that. Okay.
No, start with the part where it says,
between men.
no, kneeling to the woman you're going to marry.
Kneeling to the courtly love, also their male master.
No, so yeah, that next paragraph.
Kneeling between men was a big sign of status.
Yeah, you know.
Knights kneeled before their lords to receive honors, and surrendering armies kneeled before their conquerors.
And surrendering armies kneeled before their conquerors. So when an army admitted defeat and said they lost, they would kneel before them to show, I've been defeated by you. Read on.
Kneeling to the woman you're going to marry may be part of the same thing. A request for her favor and a physical demonstration of loyalty and surrender.
And surrender, right? We're going to get to the ring part maybe next week or something like that. But read that scripture.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 5.
No, chapter 2, verse 11.
Right, come. Chapter 2, verse 11. Salakia. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
With all subjection. You got to submit. Drop that and give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Right.
Be not deceived. Neither fornicators.
Neither fornicators, right? That's the reason why I want this scripture. Read on.
Nor idolaters.
Can't be a fornicator. That means you can't have unlawful sex. Any kind of unlawful sex is fornication. Adultery is under the umbrella of fornication. But sleeping with an animal will be fornication. Homosexuality is fornication. Lesbianism is fornication. Child molestation is fornication. Read on.
Idolaters.
You can't be an idolater. You can't worship other God. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of that is out of the window. Keep going.
Nor adulterers.
You can't be an adulterer. You can't be, if you're a woman married to a man, you cannot sleep with another man. And if you are a man, you cannot do what? What would make a man an adulterer? Go ahead.
Sleep with another man.
You can't, wait, what?
I mean, sleep with another man's wife.
You cannot sleep with another man's wife. That's what makes a man an adulterer. The Christian church won't teach you that, but that's what it is.
That's right.
You understand? Whenever adultery takes place, there's two parties. It's a twofold thing. The Christian pastor doesn't know that, and he won't teach you that because he's a fool and a liar, right? There's no such thing as just one person committed adultery. That doesn't happen unless rape is involved. You understand? But in generally speaking, there's an adulteress and an adulterer. A woman who had a husband sleeping with another man, that man is not supposed to sleep with another man's wife, which he did, and that sister is not supposed to sleep with a man who is not her husband. You understand? Read on.
Nor effeminate.
Nor what?
Effeminate.
Nor what?
Effeminate.
You cannot be goddamn effeminate, brother. Get out of that Christian church, please. Because they're teaching you to be effeminate, and they're going to do what? They're going to cause you to die. You're going to be a homosexual, and you're going to end up in a bathroom with another man doing unspeakable things, and you're going to get AIDS. You're going to be effeminate. You're going to dress like Prince and think it's okay. You understand? It is effeminate to kneel before a woman and beg her for her hand in marriage. Don't do it. Drop that. Give me so that's what we're gonna close on. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 24. Sisters, I implore you to understand what marriage really is according to the Bible. Sex is marriage, right? But the union between you and that husband is a very sacred and important thing. You understand? But let me tell you what it is not. It is not an equal union. It's not sometimes I do what she says, sometimes no. That's not what it is. It's not even a partnership. It's not even that, because a partnership is like, you understand, like that's more of something where you're equal, right? In a partnership, you both have kind of equal status within it. It's not what marriage is. Let's find out what marriage is according to the Bible. Brothers, if you are thinking about going and kneeling and asking a sister to marry you tomorrow, don't do it. Read that, brother.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
He that getteth a wife.
He that does what?
Getteth a wife.
He that does what?
Getteth a wife.
He that getteth a wife. So if you get a wife, you have sex with a woman, she's your wife now. Read on.
Beginneth a possession.
Beginneth what?
A possession.
A partnership.
A possession.
An equal union.
A possession.
You beginneth a possession. She belongs to you, brother. So what the hell are you kneeling for? And if you're a sister, you should be ashamed of yourself if you even thinking that you want a man to kneel before you. Because all that means is that you don't want to submit to him. You don't want to subject yourself to him. But that's what the Bible commands you to do. That's what God told you to do. You understand? And then the Isupk and the Commander General Yohana, we're only raising up righteous brothers and righteous sisters who are going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. And with that, pass the class over to Priest Officer Mahayar.
Isupk security announcements. We're the Isupk, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, find us in Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashu. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, of course, it's still the Passover, you understand, which is not canceled, but it's only postponed.
That's right.
You understand, we will have the Passover, that's right, whether Esau wants us to or not, right? So just use this time, you know what I'm saying, to get them garments studded up, get them boots shiny, man, get them, you know what I'm saying, them dresses nice and bedazzled up, sisters. Right. Do what you do, you know what I'm saying, make sure you still got some money saved to the side somewhere. You know what I mean? Because we're going to throw down like Israel always do. That's right. All right? So I go out there and check the social media, such as Isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on. You know what I'm saying? For Isupk events and materials. If the brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I might him.